I'm going to show my homemade arcade game, and it's running on 2 vacuum tubes, and it's totally 100% analog. And I hope you like this video. I will plug it in now, and you have to see how it is going to be. This machine is a bit like the machine that goes bing, if you know Monty Python's sketch. So you press the yellow button and it goes brrrring. So it's almost the same, but it's homemade, and it's not to be used in hospitals, but more in other settings like man caves or a boys' room, or a place where you want to feel like you are really at home. So you just press the button and yeah. So that's and there's a green thing here moving around. I will show you the back side where all the magic happens. So if you can see here, this is the tape recorder, and on this tape here we have a tape loop of sinus wave, and it's on the left channel 100 Hertz and on the right channel 101 Hertz, and it runs in a short loop just around like so and then back, and that is what produces the green circle on the monitor. So you press the play button. The monitor is an old, so you can see, Daytron monochrome green monitor for PC, and I modified it. So in these two cables comes the sound from the tape recorder, and it's fed into the monitor straight to the coils that control the electron beam. So it sort of turns it into a very crude oscilloscope. And yeah, this paper is here to shut the light out, because I want it to be dark inside so you can see the beautiful glowing from the vacuum tubes. So let's try to see if we can have one camera on each side. If you don't believe me when I say that it is 100% analog arcade machine running on a tape loop and on a, so now I turn off. You see there's nothing on the screen, and I press play. It starts. I can even change the sides of the tape. So this side we have 100 Hertz. On the back side we have 1000 and 1001 Hertz. And if we put that in, we will get a totally different image. I will turn the light off so you can see better. And also, if I turn the volume up here, the image gets bigger on the screen. So this is the maximum. But I like the back side better. With 100 Hertz, it's much more beautiful, I think. So here it is with the maximum volume. And yeah, I think maybe you can't really see. Oh, so perfect. And then I turn down the volume here. And as you can see, the green monitor gets a smaller circle. So I also have another tape with oscillographics on that's totally different. It's not just a circle, but so you can see that it can also play other cartridges with the different visuals. Maybe this camera is better. So yeah, this is supposed to be something, but it's not so exact. Now you can see, so I can show. Yeah, if you wonder where there's a computer there, it's because I'm using my computer as a second camera, so it's filming. So there's no computer inside this because as I told you, it's 100% analog. And analog is because analog is so cool. So you have to have 100% of it. Yeah. So now we could look a bit more on the audio generating circuit. So I will zoom down here. If you can see here, there are two, like that. There are two vacuum tubes, and they are connected in a multi-vibrator connection. So when I press the button, that doesn't go bing, but the button that goes. The pink button stopped working, unfortunately. Okay, so just a close look at the beautiful vacuum tubes. Vacuum tubes are one of the most beautiful things that technology has created in the world history. It's sort of like light bulbs, but with lots of cool metal stuff inside of them, and they release electrons, so it's actually radioactive inside them, so that's why they have the metal tip to catch the gamma rays, so you don't get killed by gamma rays. And here's a close look at the graphics. Okay, I will make a lot more videos later about my beautiful homemade things. It's called the Object Petit A, and it has to do with when a child is born, they can't separate their own identity from the identity of the breast of the mother or the bottle of the father that feeds it until it turns about 3 years old and enters what Jacques Lacan calls the mirror stage. It's a stage where they first see themselves in a mirror or mirror themselves in others and recognize that their mirror image is an object, but inside they know that they are not objects, in the sense that they are not whole, they are not ready, they are not yet ready, and this creates a void inside of the stomach, a hole, and this hole is represented by the Object Petit A, that we then try to fulfill this void by desiring something that we do not yet have, but something that will turn us into the image of something that is whole. And in this process of building this, I had a great void of anxiety inside my body, and I wanted to buy a lot of vacuum tubes, because if I would have vacuum tubes, and then I would be a whole person, but I did not have vacuum tubes, so I bought vacuum tubes. But then I could not use them, so then the Object Petit A moved towards me becoming able to understand how does a vacuum tube function and how can I create circuits with them. So the desire that awakened in me was both about knowledge, it was about doing something, it was about having a meaning to my life, it was about collecting things, it was about putting things together, such as the machine that goes bing. But now when it's ready, I recognize that I still have a void inside me, because the Object Petit A can never be caught, it is always just outside of your reach. So therefore, I will always keep running after collecting something more, learning something more, doing something more, and that is the truth of reality. Thank you for watching, and we're very thankful for you to look at my vacuum tube machine. That is not a game, but it's an arcade machine. I have a title on paper. Because we are now inside of an art gallery on the exhibition Another New Beginning, and so this object is called Objet Petit A, the analog vacuum tube synthesizer and arcade game. But I want to change this title into Objet Petit A, the analog vacuum tube synthesizer arcade machine by Åke Sjöberg. As you can see here, maybe I don't know how to move it to the right place. A line 8 in the bottom there. And I've written a text in Swedish here, and I will translate it into English. This object carries a story about individual masculinity and masculine processes, at the same time as it discloses through its very existence that its meaning is not to exist. Its meaning is to be desired and to be on the way to becoming created, and in this process produce an understanding of what it means to be a man. Now, when it's finished, it reveals that its user value is not more than just a little fun thing. The Objet Petit A is Jacques Lacan's concept of the desire that can never be reached, and this concept has been a great part of me understanding why I created this artwork. This machine is a bit like the machine that goes Bing, if you know Monty Python's sketch. So you press the yellow button and it goes brrrring. So it's almost the same, but it's homemade.